Fuck yeah. Let's get a bunch of stuff off the bank right here. All right. Wow. Glass cone today. Beautiful morning. This pond looks sick too. Got about 3 hours to fish this morning. Try out the old wooden shellcracker. See if we can't get bit on this thing. By the way, folks, I don't think I officially said good morning or what's up or welcome to the video, but good morning, what's up, welcome to the video. My name is Spice, this is Spice Can't Fish. If you're new here, hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Sorry, I didn't really film an intro or anything this morning, I just kind of wanted to get out and get some fishing done. I don't really have a ton of time today and I did get kind of a late start, so. I just landed on a fish? That was weird. Anyway, figured I would just get right into the fishing instead of wasting some time filming an intro. I can always film one later if I really want to, but may as well just use this as the intro clip. But yeah, as we keep fishing today, I'm going to kind of break this bait down for you guys, give you guys my honest thoughts and opinions, kind of give you guys like a first impressions review of this thing. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to get a full grasp on the bait in one morning of fishing, but I figure this is kind of a good way to give you guys just like my honest first impressions about a bait, because I feel like first impressions are pretty important, especially with a big swim bait. You can usually tell pretty quick whether you're going to like it or not, and I can tell you right now, I like this one. But yeah, I'm going to keep walking, try and keep moving a little bit. I feel like if I stop moving, I'm going to fall asleep, so that's part of the reason why I want to keep walking, is because I am so goddamn tired right now. Like I said, me and my buddy Jack went out last night and did some night fishing after I got out of work. So I didn't even hit the pond until like 10:30 p.m. So didn't get home until like 1 a.m. this morning. And I got up at 4:30, I think my alarm went off, to come on out here. Again, got kind of a little bit of a late start, unfortunately. But did make it out here. Right now it is 6:15, just after 6:15, so sun just came up about 15-20 minutes ago, and hopefully these fish are going to start chewing soon. I haven't seen much of any action along the bank. Seen a couple small swirls and stuff here and there, but I think that's really more just little bluegill and stuff spooking. One or two of them might have been a bass, I guess, but most of them seem like pretty small, like little pin minnows or little bait fish, bluegill, something like that, spooking off the bank. Alright, well, since we're not really getting bit, I can give you guys kind of an overview of this little bait here. Like I said, this is the Black Dog Bait Company Shellcracker. This is the original version of the Shellcracker. Now they make the G2 more often than this one, but this is the wooden size. It's a little bit bigger. I think it's like 3.5 ounces, about 5.5 inches, so a little bit bigger of a presentation. This is also strictly a wake bait. The G2 is kind of like a wake and crank. You can get it down to about, I don't know, 2 foot or so, but this is strictly a wake bait. This one will stay right up along the surface. You can even burn it as fast as you want, and it'll kind of blow out to the side before it goes down any bit. But yeah, it's a sweet little bait. These things are kind of hard to come by. Again, like I said, they don't really make the wooden ones as often anymore. Now they generally just make the G2s when they're making baits at all. Every once in a while you'll be able to find these. They'll go up on the website. He doesn't really tell anybody when he does drops. He just kind of does drops whenever he feels like it and just quietly puts them up on the website. So if you guys want to pick one of these up at some point or another, I would just kind of suggest going to the Black Dog Bait Company site every once in a while and just checking to see if they have any in stock. He doesn't really announce that stuff again. He just kind of puts it up. So, but yeah, like I said, kind of difficult baits to get your hands on. They usually run you about 125 to 150 bucks. This one in particular is probably worth a little bit more than that, considering it's got a custom paint job on it. From what I understand, this is a Bass Jack paint job, so if you guys know Bass Jack, oh, hang on. Oh, I had one swirl on it. away. Come back for it. Oh, man. I was talking about the paint job on this bait, and I had one kind of half-heartedly swirl on it right there. I saw him kind of wake out from underneath this tree, and he just kind of popped it. Did not commit to it. That's the first little sign of action today. So I like that. But yeah, like I was saying, this is a bass jack paint job. This is like a natural bluegill looking guy. Absolutely gorgeous little paint job on this thing. Again, if you guys know anything about bait painters, he is one of the more well-known, reputable bait painters out there. Does some absolutely killer work. I first saw his work, actually, he did an Oscar paint job on a UFO to kind of imitate a tiger Oscar, and I saw that and thought that was friggin' sweet. And ever since then, I've kind of wanted one of his baits that he's painted up. But again, he's really well known, so his wait lists are kind of long. But yeah, just happened to pick this one up. I didn't know that this was a bass jack paint job until after I bought it. My buddy actually just told me, he was like, hey, I think that bass jack painted that. And I was like, oh, word, say less. But yeah, regardless, really sweet paint job. Definitely gonna fish it, definitely gonna wear the paint off of it as much as humanly possible. But again, I'm more hyped about the fact that it's a wooden shellcracker. Anyway, since I can't get bit, I may as well talk about the bait a little bit more, kind of give you guys a couple little pointers, what I like about it, guess what I don't like about it all too much. So I guess we'll just go off with the one thing that I don't really like about this specific bait, and not like the actual Black Dog Company OG shellcracker, just this specific shellcracker. And that's actually, if you guys can see, the fact that it's cracking a little bit, funnily enough. So I don't know how old this thing is. Again, they don't really make these things very often, and they are made out of wood, so they're a little bit more fragile than like a normal ABS bait. But yeah, apparently this one was fished quite a bit because it's starting to get a little bit of a crack in the side, which is kind of unfortunate. And I think that's just like surface level. I don't think that goes past the paint, but that is kind of just something that's a little bit annoying. Again, it is a used bait. I picked it up off of one of the forums, so I wasn't really expecting it to be in perfect condition, but just something that I noticed right off the bat. But yeah, onto the things that I like about the bait. I like the fact that it's a wake bait. You guys know I love my wake baits. This one is strictly a wake bait, like I said. The smaller G2 is kind of like a wake and crank, but this one is kind of just a wake bait. Can't really get it to go down below the surface all that much. But yeah, I really like the action on this thing. It's got a pretty, well, it's not subtle per se, but it's not super invasive either. It's kind of like a nice in-between. It's kind of perfect for this time of the day when it's super calm like this. But you can also get bit on this thing in some chop. Like last night I was fishing out and it was pretty windy. And again, I caught that 4-pounder pretty quick. But yeah, let's see. What else do I like about the bait? Really like the paint job on it. Obviously, bass jack paint job. Absolutely beautiful. I'm just going to keep showing this to you guys because the bait is just gorgeous, other than obviously the small little crack and stuff in it, but bait itself looks beautiful. It's got a very similar construction to the G2 as you would probably imagine otherwise, besides the fact that it's made out of a different plastic, or a different material I should say. It's a little bit bigger, and obviously it's a wake bait as opposed to that wake and crank. But yeah, bait definitely works. Like I said, I did catch that one fish on it. We got swirled on over there. Just think the fish are kind of being a little weird right now. I don't think they're really interested in biting all that well. One thing I really like about this bait over the shellcracker is actually the tail design. So they make this tail out of just like a hard plastic. It's kind of similar to what they make the G2 tail out of, but just the way that they made it, and I guess probably more the fact that the bait is wood as opposed to that ABS plastic, you get this really nice clicking noise out of the bait when you work it. Just a little bit louder, it gets the fish's attention a little bit. Again, if you're fishing somewhere with a little bit of chop on the water, that can be to your benefit. Doesn't really seem like it's helping us this particular morning, but got one more spot right here that I want to hit, and then we'll probably skedaddle to somewhere else, try and find ourselves some better waters, because they don't really seem like they're biting over here for whatever reason. But yeah, before we move, I guess, oh god, that wasn't good. Nice one, dude. There we go. Oh, Oh, it came off. No. Ah, damn it. I watched him wake on it. That was dope. Throw back in there, see if he'll still hit it. Damn it. That was awesome. I saw that fish. He was up over here, super shallow, up under that tree. And I threw the bait and made kind of a crappy cast. Got my bait hung up in the tree. And I was trying to just get it out of the tree limb. And I went and pulled it, and he came and smoked it. I went and pulled my bait off of the tree limb that I got it hung on, and it fell back in the water. I just started walking it in place, and that fish came up and crushed it. Didn't get the hooks, unfortunately, but buddy came up and smoked it. Whew. Alrighty, got 2 bites at the first spot. Couldn't capitalize on either of them, unfortunately, but still got a good amount of overcast right now. It's only about 7 a.m., so we're gonna try and find another spot, see if we can get on a fish or two. I don't know how much time I have left to fish, so we're just gonna see if we can make something happen in the next couple of hours, and yeah, hopefully get on a couple of fish. But yeah, I'm gonna hop back on Google Earth, see if I can find myself another pond, and we'll see if we can catch ourselves a fish on this new Shellcracker. I got him. Yeah. Little dude. Oh, he popped off. No. Pain. Missed him. Third bite of the day. Gone forever. Aaron Hernandez. Alright folks, so as you guys saw, we didn't really capitalize on any of the bites that we got yesterday, so I decided to go back out this morning to the ponds just behind my apartments, see if I can get on a fish down there. My original plan was actually to go somewhere else, but I ended up having kind of a late start, so I just decided to go rowing down to the ponds behind my apartments just to see if I can get on a fish real quick. Now either I didn't hit record this morning or the GoPro messed up and just didn't record for whatever reason, but obviously I wasn't recording, so I was going to get bit. But yeah, went on down to the ponds to make a few casts, and this happened. Oh no, I wasn't even recording. Damn it. I just caught a freaking tub on the freaking Shellcracker. Let's go, dude. This is like a 4-pounder. Oh my god. Yes, dude. That's a freaking pig on the Shellcracker. Oh my god. Oh. Yes, okay, there we go. What are we at? Really? 3.5? Yeah. 350, 348, 352, kind of bouncing around a little bit. I'm gonna call that a 3.5. Short, fat, little female though. Appreciate you, mama. Have a good one. Enjoy the spawn. There she goes. Okay, well, that sucks. Alright. I was down here. Alright, whatever. We're just gonna, damn it, I wish I was recording for that. That was sick. Okay, first of all, I am now officially awake. That was really cool. So, I came down here. I was gonna go somewhere else, but I decided, I'll just come on down here. I got kind of a late start. By the time I got somewhere else, the sun would have been pretty far up in the sky, so I figured I'd just come on down here, make a few casts at the ponds behind the apartments. Haven't caught a fish out of here this year. That was the first one. But essentially, I'm out here fishing the Shellcracker, trying to get bit on it again, and made a cast up here on this little rock area. I saw like a little disturbance in the water, made a little cast up there, and just let it sit there for a sec. And one really cool thing about this bait is it'll actually kind of like swim in place. Once you pause it, it'll just kind of like gyrate a little bit, super slow. So for whatever reason, I think that's what triggered that fish. I again threw it right up on this little rock area over here. Jesus, I got a frog in my throat. I'm still waking up. I literally got up out of bed like 25 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago. I was not expecting that. But yeah, made a cast here, like I keep saying. Literally, it landed, hit the water. I didn't even move it. and the fish came up and absolutely crushed it. Yeah, 3.5 pounder on the old cracker. So I've caught a 4. I missed a little guy yesterday. I missed a little guy and a decent guy, and then caught a 3.5. So yeah, bait definitely gets bit. Definitely produces. I'm gonna keep fishing around in here, see if I can't catch another one, actually get one on camera for you guys. Man, this is gonna be such a crappy review video. I keep I get bit on this thing, I swear, I promise, I'm getting bit. I'm catching fish. That was a really cool bite. I wish you guys saw it, and I fucked it up. I'm sorry. That was my fault. Alright folks, I figured I'd just end the video out by giving you guys some honest thoughts and impressions about this bait, because again, this was kind of supposed to be like a first impression style video. Now, even though I can't get it done when it comes to fishing or recording or filming or anything like that, this bait certainly can. As you guys can see, we got bit a bunch in today's video. Most of the bites in today's video seemed like they were pretty solid fish. We had that one that missed it at the first little spot that we fished, as well as that one that I caught obviously at night that you guys didn't see. And then of course I got that 3.5 at the end, but obviously you guys didn't see me catch that because I guess I forgot to hit record or something, but I don't know what that was about. But yeah, regardless, this thing gets some quality bites. It's definitely a big fish bait. Again, we caught a 4 pounder, a 3.5 pounder, got bit by like something that looked at least 2 pounds. But yeah, overall, I'm really excited to have this little wooden shellcracker in the arsenal. Again, it's a really different bait from the G2. I kind of thought they were going to be a little bit more similar than they actually are. They look very similar, but they act super different just between the different tail, the different material, and then obviously the different bill on it gives it a different action. But yeah, all that along with the size definitely makes this a little bit more of an applicable bait for me. Again, I really like those little G2 shellcrackers. I just don't find myself throwing them all that much. I just like to throw those bigger style baits and stuff. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Again, sorry about the really crappy filming job. Obviously, the fishing / recording of the video didn't really go all too well. I did end up catching a couple of fish on this thing over the past few days, but one of them was at night, so you guys didn't see that, and then the other one I messed up the footage for, obviously. I promise it doesn't usually go this crappy. Most of my videos are at least semi-decent, I guess. So if you guys want to see some more videos from me, hit that subscribe button down below. I'll be doing a ton more swim bait fishing coming up here in the future. Again, it's starting to get to summertime, so these fish are really going to start chewing on these wakes, the big soft baits as well. So you guys are going to be seeing a whole bunch of that coming up. And this bait's definitely going to be a player this coming summer. I can definitely see this thing getting bit by a whole bunch of fish. So you guys are going to be seeing this thing on the channel a whole lot more. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for me. I'll check them and wreck them, and I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out. Peace.